latest Bioware update might be very good news for Mass Effect. The latest Bioware update dropped today on the 23rd of August 2023, and it's an update on the state of Bioware as a company and a game developing studio. The essence of the message is that a lot of people in Bioware will lose their jobs. As general manager Gary McKay states here, they are looking to eliminate around 50 roles, aka jobs, at Bioware. I have no doubt in my mind that this is driven largely by financial reasons due to the insane inflation we have been experiencing in the world ever since the pandemic hit, but I also think this is motivated in a strong wish to improve the company from the more lackluster responses to their games the last 10 years compared to their reception in the OG Mass Effect days and KOTOR days, etc. It's no secret that EA and Bioware have been suffering mediocre releases for a long time. Gary states further that Bioware is attempting to do everything they can to make sure this termination process is respectfully handled, and it seems that the employees will receive great recommendations for their future endeavors. And I sincerely hope this is true, and sometimes it's just sadly how the industry works. Sometimes you go from gig to gig, project and project, and sometimes you have to be let go from a position you thought was more safe. But it is a huge bummer, there's no way around it. That's not the point of this video. This is deeply sad for those employees, and I do hope and believe that they will land on their feet. But if we are to find a silver lining here, which I'm trying to do with this video, as fans of the product, I think this could be a good thing for Bioware's games. And I don't think I'm being hopelessly and overly stupidly optimistic or blinded by any realities. I can see this might just as well be a symptom of larger troubles within management or something else in Bioware. But to me, I see it as in a one way, it's a tragic decision, but with an aspect of being a clear, bold step though, in returning to becoming a studio that makes great games. Definitely a renegade decision. Now, let me explain. Bioware has been struggling to release as beloved products as they once did. The way they've been going about things for the last years clearly don't work. Could be their philosophy, could be their structure, team organizing, management, or it could be that the size of their organization makes work just too hard, whether it's bug crushing, engine work, artwork, or story work. There's been a general trend in modern game development across the last decade that smaller developer studios become big and sometimes turn into seemingly bloated companies. And I've been a part of a few organizations, and I can tell you that the larger something is, the harder it becomes to do something in a good way. Certainly it's harder to do something with passion when you're bogged down by basically bureaucracy within your organization. And the only easier thing is with a larger corporation is that you can avoid fatigue, of course, by spreading workload and pressure across other workers. And of course you can push responsibilities over on other people so you don't have to do them. But this, of course, is like pee-pee in cold water because other people do that too, back on you, if you have such a company culture. All of this, though, makes actually accomplishing something harder and harder the bigger you are. I think that in many ways, a smaller studio has bigger potential. I'm not convinced that gaming has evolved or whatever into such an animal that you have to have the biggest possible company. Sure, games have become more graphically impressive and can render and run more things, meaning that of course companies have to grow in some capacity, but unchecked growth could very fast become a downside, I think, leading to a loss of quality with the game. But often, to make something cohesive, like for instance the Mass Effect games, which are applauded for this in many areas, I find it personally often to be an advantage to be fewer, more focused, and more passionate. We can only speculate at this point that what this will entail for Mass Effect, but soon we will know though. And I have no insight into Bioware's structure, let's just make that perfectly clear. Neither their structure, culture, or organization. But I think that this update might possibly be a hidden boon for the fans in the long run. As for the people who are let go, we have to wish them the best of luck. Losing a job is never fun, as we all know. I hope those who have to find a new workplace end up finding a good place where they can continue to create good games, art, or products in other parts of the world, wherever they may end up. For ongoing projects, I'll say that this change within Bioware might not manifest in a tangible improvement on the game's quality just yet, but certainly for the next games after that again, I think we will see some improvements actually, due to changes like these, if they work out. Well, let me know if I'm crazy, if I think there might be a hidden boon here. I just wanted to share an optimistic take on this grim situation and the last update.